Okay.
This is for our SOFA project for English. It's
Mm-hmm.
a spotlight on a fellow Atenean. We'll ask you about 8 or more questions. How do you describe your advocacy?
Well, my advocacy is basically for children who are confined in government hospitals. We have a foundation called Mickey's Corner, and the mission is to uplift the living conditions of children who are confined in government hospitals, those who are in the charity wards. But it has evolved also. Sometimes we raise funds for kids who are sick and who need funding for medication or treatment. It depends.
Have any of your actions caught the attention of companies or organizations that moved them to help your cause?
Yes, Manulife, the life insurance company, has been partners with us for the last, I think, more than 10 years now with Miggy's Corner. They help fund the projects that we put up in the hospitals.
What inspired you to give back to the community?
Well, it comes from my own life experience. I had a son who passed away. His name was Miggy. I had a son who passed away in 1998. So that's like 12, yeah, almost 12 years from now. After his death, we put up a foundation called Miggy's Corner Foundation. And that's how it started because it grew out of our own experience of him being confined in a government hospital. And there were no facilities for play, and play is a very important tool for every child's healing. You know that you guys have been in the hospital. Have you been
Yeah.
hospitalized?
Yeah.
Yeah, one time or another. So you know how important that is. Because you can get restless in the hospital and all that. So we build these play corners so that the children have an area to play in while they are confined in hospitals.
You also write.
Yes, I have a column with the Philippine Daily Inquirer.
What books have you written, and basically what about?
Well, my daughter and I, we wrote a children's book last year. It's called Heaven's Butterfly. It's the first book of its kind about talking about loss, and it's for children ages, I would say, probably 5 to 12 years old. Maybe would appreciate it. It's a storybook. Basically, talks about our experience as a family during the first year after my son's loss, but explained in children's terms, and it is really nice illustrations.
Among your contributions, what for you is the most important?
I think being able to help the children who are in the hospitals, and being able to educate people about what it is to lose someone, to talk about grief education, because no one does that here in our country, hardly. So I write about these things. Basically, my children's health advocacy, and also to educate people about what grief and grief work is all about.
Tita, you told us you could write. You write for Daily Inquirer, right?
Yes, yes.
Your column's about what and what's its name?
It's called Roots and Wings. It comes out sometimes on a Wednesday, sometimes on a Sunday. I talk about parenting and relationships, so it depends on the topic. So
Yeah.
that's the day that they put it in.
Do you find how you're living your life fulfilling, and why?
Oh, definitely. The fulfillment doesn't come from the financial rewards. It's fulfilling because I'm doing what I like to do, and in my own little way, I'm able to help the people that I want to help. Um, I don't know if you've read Rick Warren's Purpose Driven Life. He says there in the purpose driven life that your mission in life is usually taken from your most painful experience. So in my case, my most painful experience was losing my son, and in losing my son, I've done all these things in his memory, in an effort to keep his memory alive. At the same time, it has inspired me to help other families and other children who are walking the same journey that I once was on, or I still am on, actually.
Mm, did your time at the Ateneo affect the way you live today?
Oh, definitely. I think what sets the Ateneo education apart is the theology. and the philosophy classes. But more the theology, we had a class when I was in senior year called Liberation Theology, or Theology of Liberation, and that was the first time namatay. Sorry. That was the first time I was exposed to the healthcare system here in our country. This was in 1985, and really really bad state of our government hospital. So that was, parang it was like they call it now. I think they call it immersion. So I spent a lot of time in PGH and San Lazaro Hospital. So that was really an eye opener for me. Parang you don't forget stuff like that. So maybe that's why decades later, or more than a decade later, that also sort of inspired me to do what it is that I do.
Yeah.